Coach, Friday night, again, another instance where maybe some little things here or there, and again, you come down the backstretch in a sloppy game, but you still had opportunities in that football game.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, every game we've played, we've been in games except for the Union County game. So, we had opportunities at times, and we pushed the ball down the field early and got a score, and then we kind of stagnated just a little bit. We had some issues. They changed up what they were doing a little bit, so we had to make some adjustments. It took a little bit of time to get those adjustments done because part of our problem is we have so many kids on the field all the time. It's hard to make adjustments unless you get a timeout a minute. Isn't very much time to make adjustments. So once we got to halftime and we had a little bit opportunity to make a few adjustments, and what I did like out of our team is when we got down, we didn't quit. We took the ball 80 yards in about 6 or 7 plays at the end, near the end of the game, and we were still playing against their number ones. It wasn't like they had their JV in. So we showed that we can move the ball, we can push it in the end zone. We just got to be more consistent. That's been our kind of our mantra this year is consistency, and if we can get consistent throughout the game instead of in parts of the game, then we'll be okay.
You've been doing this a long time. I don't know if there's no magical cure for that consistency. How do you find it as quickly as you can?
Well, I mean, I think you just got kids got to own things. I mean, they've got to have it in their mind that this is going to work, that what we're doing offensively or defensively, either way, is what's going to work for us. And I don't know that we're getting that push on both sides of the ball all the time, and that's what kids got to be willing to play hard every play, whether it's offensively or defensively or special teams or whatever it is, because if you take plays off, that's when things don't go well.
Coach, this week, let's talk about Hagerstown. They lose last week, and I think talking to them a little bit that they kind of knew that they came back to the pack a little bit after that loss. When you look at them on film, are they as good as they were a year ago, and what do you look at on Friday that you might be able to exploit?
Well, if you look at the athletes they lost last year, they're not as good as they were last year. That doesn't mean they're not a good football team. The Gollier kid, Owen Gollier, and the running back, I don't know. He's playing at Marion now. He played basketball. The fast kid. When you lose those kinds of athletes, it's gonna, your ability level is going to drop somewhat, but they still got good kids. They still play hard. They get after stuff, both offensively and defensively. So, I don't expect them to be a bad football team by any means. Even though they got beat last week, I kind of wish they'd won because they're going to be wanting to prove that was a fluke, that it shouldn't have happened. And I know they're well coached and they play hard for those guys up there. And and I think it just comes down to, again, just like every week, who's going to be able to impose their will at the line of scrimmage. Who's going to be able to get some runs off, who's going to be able to protect the quarterback, and who's going to stop the other team from doing what they want to do.
They don't throw as well as they would like. I know with a sophomore quarterback, not that they're not working with a young man in Snodgrass, but they still can run the football very well with Hicks. Talk about, do you try to maybe make them throw the football more and get it out of Hicks's hands?
Well, I mean, I think, however we're playing in the game and whatever whatever's working for them or not working for them will dictate. I don't know that we're going in with a plan that we got to make them throw. They'll throw some little smoke screens or tunnel screens and some stuff, some, quick hitters things to try to make some quick completions. But, they haven't thrown the ball deep as well, but they're still a dangerous team. And, he's got a nice arm. He throws the ball well. It's just he's had a little more pressure this year than I've seen in the past. And with a young quarterback, that hurts. I mean, we got a sophomore quarterback that's going through some of the same things. Even though he played quite a bit last year, he's still learning the position. And, when you get rattled or you get pressure, that speeds up things a little bit. And sometimes we don't make the best decisions. And that's what we want to try to do when they throw, is try to get some pressure on him and make him make decisions that maybe – if he had a little more time, he'd make a better decision. So I don't know that we're game planning to try to stop just Hicks. I mean, they've got some other kids that can run the ball as well, but he's definitely their number one. Their number one option.
Yeah. From another standpoint, what can you do against their defense? And you speak of a Gallagher, they've got Ryan's back, and they got some other kids that are really, really strong on defense, fly to the football. Can you run against this type of defense this week?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's we've run the ball pretty well. I mean, overall, Jeremiah Holder had 179 yards last week against a pretty good defense. And I think Hagerstown's aggressive. Their linebackers play to the line of scrimmage really well, and we've got to be able to get bodies on bodies and make sure that our blocking schemes are sound. If we can get a body on somebody and create a little bit of crease, we got a chance to sneak through. And that happened last week. We had a 4th down and 1, and we broke off a long touchdown run because we blocked everybody on the line of scrimmage, and we got into the secondary, and they had committed 9 guys to the line of scrimmage. And boom, all of a sudden we got our first touchdown. Even if teams are stacking the box really heavy, it comes down to knowing your assignments and getting on a body. You don't have to block everybody. You just got to block the right ones. So, if we can do that, we got an opportunity to run the ball some against them. And, we're not going to stop trying to throw. We're struggling in the passing game as well. I mean, I'm sure teams that watch us on film go, oh, yeah, we got to make them throw. And that's fine. Just like everybody else, we're still working on it. And, we work on stuff every week in practice. And, I think we're getting better and better at stuff. But, what it comes down to is game time is, does he have time to throw?
Yeah. Coach, finally for you, if I can, and that is about opportunity. You mentioned opportunities, and this is a great opportunity for your football team right now. You get them here, and you also get an opportunity to beat a team that's coming off a loss. Is that kind of how you address your team and say what a great chance it is for you guys?
Well, I think, every week I tell them we got a great chance. But especially this week with a team that probably feels like they could have won a game or should have won a game or whatever, they're going to want to win. There's no doubt about that. They're going to play hard. They're going to be ready to play, but they did get beat, and so they don't have this kind of mystique anymore that, oh, nobody can beat Hagerstown. Well, they've been beat. They've played some close games, and they've won close games. That's we played close games and haven't won them yet. That's the difference between us and them right now is, because they've had that tradition of winning. They've won the close games. That's where we want to get. We want to get to that point where we're winning the close games and then winning the ones we should. And we're still working on that.